Well, my name is Jeremy Kuhn. I work for Roscoe Moss Company. We're a casing, screen, and pump column manufacturer based out of Los Angeles, California. We've been involved in the water well business since the late 1800s, so been involved for a long time. We do projects all over the country and frankly all over the world, providing assistance and guidance in well design and construction, and then of course providing the actual material for the wells. I'm also proudly on the board of directors for the NGWA, this side, where I am the vice president of the manufacturers section. So this winter, we're excited to see everybody back in Vegas in December. And Charlie Hoherd, who is our vice president, and myself are going to be doing a presentation titled The History of HSLA Steel and Other Corrosion-Resistant Steel Options for Water Well Applications. Kind of lengthy, but the point is, oftentimes when it comes to steel and wells, people simply look at low carbon steel and stainless steel, and that it's a binary choice of one or the other, when the fact of the matter is there's varieties of steel between the two. And then once we get past, say, 304 stainless steel, we have 316 stainless and duplex steels for very corrosive salt water, for example. And so there's an array of steels in there that we're going to talk about, both the chemical composition, the strengths and the qualities of them, and some of the different uses that are available. So one of the key points that we're going to talk about is high strength, low alloy. Now, to kind of give you a very general idea of what HSLA, high strength, low alloy is it's a steel somewhere between stainless steel and low carbon. It's got a higher corrosion resistance than low carbon, but not quite as much as stainless steel, and it also doesn't cost as much as stainless steel. So we call it that mid-grade, and within that high strength low alloy, there's actually a couple different types. We specifically use what's called A606 Type 4. There is a Type 2, which has some of the same strength characteristics, but it doesn't have any of the corrosion-resistant qualities that a Type 4 is going to have. Now, this steel is not something that Roscoe Moss came up with. It was actually introduced nearly a century ago when they were trying to come up with types of steels that were corrosion resistant. These were particularly used for water wells because the steel's just not lasting as long. They came out under different names from companies from like US Steel, for example, and they weren't only used for water wells, they're actually, and still today, used for bridges, railroads, for structures that are going to be exposed to the elements because of their corrosion resistance. A lot of the time you'll see a building that'll have like they look orange colored, kind of rusted orange color on the face. That's actually a protective coating that's formed on the outside of the steel. And you'll see that same thing if you were to order high strength low alloy casing and it shows up, and let's say it were to rain on it, it would get an orange looking patina. That's actually a good thing. That's going to protect, that's the corrosion protection right there that you're seeing. As a reference, and we'll talk about this in our presentation, but if you look at the Barclay Center in New York, where the Nets play, that's actually a big copper-looking, gold-looking orange building. That's high-strength low alloy on the outside. Oftentimes, it's referred to as Core 10 also. So this, again, is not something that was created by us. It's just something that was used to be used for wells, kind of fell off, and we're using it again because it's available. There's no reason not to use it. So again, we want to kind of go into the chemical composition, what makes it corrosion resistant, what attributes it has, and the key to using this is two things. One, the strength. So you have higher collapse strength, higher tensile strength. So when you're drilling these wells, especially building larger diameter, deeper wells, you want to have those physical characteristics for the strength, but you also want to have the corrosion resistance, because when you put a well in for somebody, you should go in with the mindset that you're drilling them the best well you can, that's going to last as long as possible. And again, when you talk about life cycle cost analysis, yes, you are typically asking them for a little bit more money up front because of the quality of the materials you're putting in. But what that means in terms of the life expectancy of that well drastically increases, and that's important. You got to convince well owners that their water well is an investment, it's an asset, it's not just an expense. So I look forward to seeing all of you in Vegas. Please stop by our booth that'll be there and say hi. Come to our presentation. Charlie and I are going to be happy to answer any questions that any of you may have, and then look forward to seeing everybody. Thanks.